Hello again, everybody. Well, I'm here again. Welcome to 2023 Boulderfest, or Wauhatchie Boulderfest. There's a whole bunch of different people that helped with this one, including the Lookout Mountain Conservancy, which is the property that we're on. Now, if you look, you got the Cummings Highway, and that little park that's right beside the road is called John Wilson Park. That's where the Big Rock Court was back in the day. That's one parking thing, although they've kind of got it locked off. What we are on is the last little bit of section of Old Wauhatchie Pike, and we're about right where the dude is standing. But you can see that there are a lot of different descriptions for the boulders. There are plenty of boulders. There's also a lot of history in this area because there actually was a little community up here. I've done videos on it before if you haven't seen it before. And so you can kind of see the ruins and existing structures. Anyway, guys, let's go have some fun. Well, guys, they have done a brilliant job of cleaning up around this property. Lookout Mountain Conservancy has. As we're going everywhere today, you'll see little bits and pieces of the community that used to be up here. If you want to see what this used to look like when it was all massively overgrown, go back through my older videos. This was all massive overgrown. And speaking of which, look who I found today.
What's up, Andy?
We got my buddy, Nomad Ben.
Good to see you again, man.
It's been a blast. It's been a while. We're going to catch up, and we're going to go up that way and check out the start.
I cannot wait to check it out, man.
Well, a little bit of history. The old water slide's just down the hill. We may get to see a piece of it here in a minute. Maybe not. It depends on how overgrown it is. Big Rock Court, the motel, would have been down that way, and we'll see little remnants. And the gentleman that owned Big Rock Court, this is where his house was, and just look at this view. Now, 24 is kind of noisy these days, but back in the day, had to be pretty amazing. Alright, so we got some climbers on the first one. I don't know if I'd want to climb today. It is definitely a cold day.
Yeah, it's a little too cold for climbing.
I don't mind the cold so much, but you know those rocks are colder than the air. So.
Yeah.
There's a jug up there. Yeah, right there. Oh, there it is. Yeah. We got you.
Here, come this way a little bit. You can also see where the park literally comes up against private property. And these folks are climbing and having a fun old time. And looky right here, it's the start of where the water slide used to be. I'll put a photo of it right here. It was a pretty awesome water slide back in the day, and it would have zigzagged back and forth, and it would have ended up down at what is now John Wilson Park. Anyway, let's go and take some more looks, shall we? Well, I'll have to be careful around the music right now, but we're kind of at, I guess, what you'd call base camp, so you can see last little bits left over. You can see the original Old Wauhatchie Pike is down that way, heading that way. It's a greenway now, and they've got merch and sponsors and all sorts of fun stuff. And that bridge up there that you can kind of see is part of the Guild and Hardy Trail. I guess here you could call it the food court. You got Goodman's Coffee. You got these guys. And you got Fro Daddy Donuts. Anyway, so now that we're a lot closer, that is part of the Guild and Hardy Trail. That's where the Broad Gauge Railroad used to come up Lookout Mountain, and now it's a pretty kick-butt hiking trail. It's actually maintained by the Lookout Mountain Conservancy. If you want to check it out, I actually have a video of that Guild and Hardy Trail back in my past videos. So, you know, Boulderfest is fun for all ages. You can see that younger kids are trying it out. And as always, there's little bits and pieces left over from history.
Green yards right over there.
And
Look at that. I have never seen that view of Chattanooga before. That is freaking amazing.
well, you run across little bits of history. Take a look at this. It's a little building. I guess it would have been used
This is
for cold storage.
that boulder over there is called Searing Boulder.
And you can definitely walk in here, and it's vaulted, so it could have been a smoker.
Look at that.
And it could have been cold storage.
That makes sense.
So it could have been either one, either a smoker or cold storage. It could have been a smoker just because of the stuff that's hanging, you know, but I don't know. It's not, granted, it's been old, but it's not covered in a huge amount of soot.
I'm not gonna lie, this reminds me of when I was at that religious place in North Carolina, the Field of the Woods. I thought this reminds me of
Of the tomb.
the tomb, like how the shapes and
A remnants of where houses used to be.
We're gonna go that way, but there were literally houses everywhere. Well, haven't gone far enough yet. I think we're gonna go that way. Lookout Boulder. So this is kind of the halfway area. And you can see that they have rescued a bunch of rock, but you can still see foundations and walls and other stuff like that. If you want to see another angle on this, definitely check out Nomad Ben's section. But you can see the road going down there. But yeah, we're going to take a look, and hopefully we'll catch a few more people. It was so cold this morning, not a lot of people have come to climb, and I can completely understand that. But it's worth checking this place out anytime. So you got Twin Boulders and High Point.
Over here at the Twin Boulders.
And
Over here.
people are definitely waiting to climb a little bit later in the day. It has warmed up some.
Too cold for the people to come out and climb, but now I think I'm seeing more people come out to climb these boulders. We're gonna do remnants of a house and a chimney right here.
See, and you can see kids are still climbing. That's another set of boulders up there. People are translating or transferring from each one. We're going to go over there and take a look and see what else is over there.
I blew it. Like right there. Just like right there. If I stayed and tried to like not. Dude.
See, and as you work your way up the hill, more boulders, more boulders, more boulders, more boulders.
You did it. You did it. Congratulations.
Yeah. Really cool. Yeah.
Time to rock and roll. We're here at Hermanos Cercanos. Nope, it's okay, man. And all of this was possible because Lookout Mountain Conservancy came in. So if you want to help them out, they do look for donations. It helps keep stuff cleared and helps people. They also work with kids. It is a great thing. Well, here we are up at the top. This is the Gildan Hardy Trail. And this is one of the ways via the Laney Loop Trail. There's another trail over there where you can get back down to where all of the boulders are. But I think we're going to walk over that way real quick. All right, so here we are on top of one of the bridges. And we're going to look down this way. Now, over there to the right, you can't hardly see it, is a building that was an old AME Zion church and is now a private residence. That big cluster of buildings, especially with the pipe and all that, that's kind of center, was the Chattanooga Medicine Company. Most people know it as Chatham, and now it's owned by a company called Sanofi. And then somewhere off here to the left is the foundations of the original incline. So incline number 1 would have left from down here, gone up, and ended up below Point Park, below that cliff. I've actually got videos specifically of the Point Lookout Hotel, so if you want to see it, you can check it out. Well, you can see the base camp down there, and here's the other bridge. One cool thing about this bridge is that when the Lookout Mountain Conservancy first started getting going, you can see the little plaques that they used to do when they fundraised. Anyway, we're not going to go any further this way. We're going to go back down that way and take a look at a few more boulders. All right, so this is where the ruins of a house were too. If you watch my older video, and I tried to get in here and I got eaten up with ticks, evidently there's a little bit of trail, so let's take a look. No, that somebody planted this. Oh. Okay. Well, I don't think it's a trail so much. Yeah. No, that's not much of a trail. Somebody just created a private spot.
We shoot that with buses.
All right, everybody. Well, that was pretty much it. Like I said, there was less people this year because it's just so bleeding cold. I want to close this one out. I want to thank my buddy Nomad Ben.
Thanks for inviting me, man.
We are going to definitely be going off on more journeys with him at some point in the future.
Absolutely.
Anyway, guys, I am off to go on some more journeys. So until then, why don't you go on a journey of your own? We'll see you next time. Bye-bye.